Okay, listen, we are making an emergency video here, coming to you live. CBP HQ, no camera today because I'm sitting at my big computer, the big machine. Do not sell the breakout. I shouldn't have to say this, but I see people on Twitter talking about 100K, this is a good time to scale back. Stupid. Don't be retarded. Do not be retarded, okay? I'm going to go through a couple of reasons here why selling the breakout is a bad idea with BitBo, okay? This chart is the Bitcoin cycle repeat chart. All this does, I have the moving averages turned off. All this does is tell you, based on the last 4 years, what you can expect the price to be in the next 4 years. So what do you see here? 389,000 as a top. Okay. You really want to sell that? I don't think so. This is the current price, obviously. We have some other moving averages here just for comparison. You can see, you know, we're not super far away from the 200-day. We're not super far away from the 1458. What is 1458? It's going to be 4 years, right? Something like that. Must be. So I would say just cool it here, okay? On this metric, do not sell. Bitcoin power law, shout to Giovanni. Look, okay? The party only starts on this metric once you really break through the midline in earnest. Okay, so down here, we're talking back in 2011 now. Okay, you're talking more than a decade ago at this point. The party only starts when you break the midline. So if you had sold, you know, this midline in 2012, $5, whatever it was, $6, you know, you missed out on a ton of gains. And you can do this for every single cycle. Okay. You can do it down here, cross the midline in earnest. You go from 2,700 all the way up to, you know, whatever we got to, 17,000. You can do it again for any part of the cycle you want. And selling these, what seems to be major price moves, has always been a mistake. Every single time it's been a mistake, basically. And you can see where we are right now. You know, we're just teetering on the midline. If this is correct, then what you're going to see as a top end price prediction, you know, which by the way, we've hit several times, you know, let's say we catch it sometime in 25, I don't know, 460, 450, 430, it's US, of course. I wouldn't be selling if I was you. That's not a good idea. Go to the cycle low multiple. This is a chart from BitBo as well. Gives you an idea of where we are in the cycle. So we're in the fourth area here, the red line. We can turn these on and off. So you can see here, era 1 gives you the price action plus the days from halving. Era 2, not quite as tightly correlated, but you do see whether you go through era 1, 2, or 3, that around here is when you start to see the move that makes you the most money, that adds the most to your wealth. And we are right here, right now in era 3. There we are, red line. I think we're fine, man. I would not be selling this either. Certainly not based on this chart. A mistake to sell the breakout. Let's go to the price predictions. These are the ones from all our favorite analysts here. We got Finney, Saylor, Plan B, Hayes, Wood. These guys all predict higher. You know, I would love to see Fink on here. I don't think he's on here, but God knows he's got a price prediction too, and it ain't $102,000. Do not sell. Do not sell the breakout. Rainbow chart, everyone's favorite. Again, you're talking, you know, selling below the midline. I don't recommend it. We see in every single cycle, we've basically at least broken up to the orange. This is a no-brainer, man. You know, you're looking at some of the predictive power of these charts, and what do you see? You see 750 on the top end, 540. The conservative case up over 200,000 halfway through the cycle. I just can't imagine selling this. You know, these charts are not, you know, indicative or guaranteeing future behavior, but it's hard to argue with the results they've shown so far. And the other thing to keep in mind is that, yeah, TA is tea leaves for men or whatever it is, astrology for men. But at the end of the day, all these things do is measure human behavior. And you can say what you want about the rainbows and the lines and the personalities behind these things, but human behavior is undefeated in terms of predicting outcomes. In fact, we are the only thing that predicts outcomes. So keep that in mind. We can head over to the original rainbow chart. Same thing. I mean, this is, again, way below the midline. You can start to see here price in every cycle, man, hitting above those greens, hitting into the orange, red here in 2017, obviously. But don't forget, these prices were before ETFs, before basically passive flows, before nation states, before Sailor, before all these things. And, to expect that this is going to behave more conservatively, I think is a mistake. Not to mention, we just went through a high rate, quote unquote, high rate environment. The boomers will say that it wasn't high, but you get the idea. To me, this is a no-brainer. Like, you're talking, again, conservative estimates around 270, 250, 300, 400. If you get to $1 million, you want to buy a house, fine. If you get to $1 million, you want to buy a new case for your phone, don't feel guilty about it. And then comparing the bull markets, again, man, look, okay, the average days to all-time high from the halving, 500 or so, and we're on day 200. I mean, you don't have to be a genius or a chartswoman, charts person to get this right. And to me, selling at this point is a mistake. So listen, it's been too long. Can't wait to talk to you guys on Monday night. But the moral of the story, don't sell. Just enjoy the ride. Buy a new case for your phone or whatever. Buy a new pair of shoes. I don't know. Buy your dog a treat. But don't you dare fucking sell. See you Monday.